I've come to realize that if I don't do this now, I'm never going to do it. So it doesn't matter that it's late at night. It doesn't matter there's a massive rainstorm happening. There's probably thunder in the background. If I don't get what's in here, in this recording, it's never going to happen. And the title of the video will explain a lot, but if this has found you, it's because it's also found me. It's because this is now the opportunity to give yourself permission. It's not now or never, but it definitely needs to be soon. For too long, I've spent years just going in the direction that I felt I should be going in, not the direction that I deep down really wanted to be going in. You owe yourself the happiness and the soul fulfillment of doing what you want to be doing. You owe yourself that happiness. Because if you don't, all that's going to happen is you're going to wake up in 60 years and go, I wish I'd tried that thing. Or I wish I'd continued playing chess. And that doesn't mean you ever have to make it a career. It doesn't mean that you'll become some internationally renowned superstar. But you need to give yourself the permission so you don't resent yourself. So you don't just bend the second someone asks you to do something you don't want to do. And I'm going to keep reading from my notes here, but the tension around the things that you're not giving yourself permission to do is just suffering. You're just creating suffering in your life, which then requires discipline to fix. And discipline is just cope. You shouldn't need motivational videos to get out of bed in the morning. You shouldn't need a giant calendar on your wall or a habit tracker thing in your phone to say I want to do this thing. You should be getting home from work if if your thing doesn't make money and saying I have the energy to do this. Or if you have the opportunity to do your thing all the time, you should wake up and be like, right, let's get on with this. It doesn't matter that it's hard because you'll have the energy because you love what you do. Rather than, as I've already put here, you don't have to live with self-inflicted suffering. You can change any aspect of your life with time and with the right amount of decisions. Whether it's going to be this video that helps you change that, or whether it's a distinct event in your life, whether it's a breakup, whether it's the loss of a job, maybe you figure out that actually you've been going the wrong way for a long time. That permission to stop just working on other people's dreams is why I'm making this video. Because I have spent the last 8 years running a design business where all I have done is build other people's dreams and let the side of me that has dreams and that is creative and is an artist, I guess you'd probably say, just atrophy. I don't want anyone to feel the way that I felt. I felt like I was dragging a dead body around for years, just attached to my ankle, just dead weight. But I could never figure out why. I was doing the right things. I was getting amazing clients on paper. I was getting paid a good amount of money to work with them. I was running a business, doing my own thing, being a freelancer. It was like a stereotypical form of freedom. It was like surface level freedom because every single day I was still building someone else's dream rather than working on my own thing, rather than giving myself the permission to say, I don't actually enjoy this. You know what I would really enjoy? Building some brands with my friends, or working on my own projects, or writing music again because you've spent 12 hours a day for the last 3 years working on other people's things. You think you could find some time to learn some new chord progressions on the guitar you haven't touched for 5 years. And it's really sad because you can give yourself permission to do something and then it twists and changes as well. So at 21, I decided to give myself the permission to quit my job that I hated and go and pursue being a freelance designer. But by 27, I'd found myself boxed in a cage of my own making. I wasn't happy anymore. I was just doing the thing relentlessly through my own lack of self-awareness and also through kind of this desire to chase what turns out was an imaginary dragon. And when you start having to ask for permission from other people rather than giving yourself that freedom, all it does is destroy your soul. It takes away every single aspect of you that is interesting and unique and forms you into this very neat package that you can sell to other people. Or you can go out into the world and, check everybody else's boxes. You don't really make anyone else uncomfortable. You don't make yourself uncomfortable. You don't really do anything of note. And that level of dishonoring just compounds over time. It just compounds and compounds and compounds to the point at which you end up feeling like I did, where you can't even identify the thing that's wrong. You just wake up every day and robot-like do the same things over and over again. You run the same hamster wheel over and over again without ever realizing the main core issue, because you're so removed from it. The side of yourself that wanted to do the thing in the first place is so far, like you can't even hear it talk anymore. You've repressed it so much that you have to go in with like a team of archaeologists to go and even have a hope of finding it. That pain that I felt was so immeasurably numbing compared to how I feel now. And it's not one change I've made, but the ability to give yourself permission to do that thing that you've been wanting to do in any capacity, whether it's, I don't have a good mic right now, this is just my phone, stood on a cheap tripod. I know this is not an incredibly looking video, potentially even sounding video, but if I didn't do this now, if I didn't give myself the permission to do the thing that I've been wanting to do for 6 or 7 years at this point, which is to express myself freely, which was the whole point of running my own business in the first place, was that if I was able to express myself freely, I could do whatever I wanted. If I could make money by expressing myself freely, that's like the ultimate dream. And all that happened was the second money got tied up into it, I just ended up pandering to whoever would foot the highest bill, which I'm grateful for, obviously, because it's allowed me to afford the things that I have now. But all it did was action after action was to strip away the part of me that was sovereign and strong enough to take the leap into the unknown in the first place. And something else that I've written down, which I'm going to read off, is that if you never step out of line, you won't ever get hurt, but you also won't ever fulfill your soul. You wire yourself to seek out and enjoy the rejection as a way to prove to yourself that you don't deserve the things that you say you want to do. And that's what I ended up doing, was I would just mask the things that I actually wanted to do with things I felt I ought or should do, which is no way to live, because that's how you wake up on your deathbed going, I can't believe I didn't write that novel, ride a horse, play a concert, learn archery, whatever the thing is. You should be beelining towards it as fast as possible. Because if you give yourself permission to do the thing and then you get there and you don't want it, that's fine. But if you just put it off and put it off and put it off and put it off, dishonoring yourself day after day, the destruction that causes to you and everyone you care about is just immeasurable. And I don't blame anyone for this. I don't really blame myself either for getting stuck in this rut. What I do think, though, is that somewhere along the way we all choose this. It's not something that is thrust upon us in a way that we have no choice over. We kind of choose to pick the easy way out, and you pick the easy way out and then the easy way out, and then you can't really stand up for yourself because you've forgotten how. And instead of saying like, what can I do here? What do I want here? It just becomes, what should I be doing here? Which is not the answer. It just makes you more submissive. It just allows kind of life to like push you around because you're never doing really what you want to be doing. And I think by giving myself permission, if you haven't guessed already, that's what this video is for. This video is to give myself permission to make a video, to make this YouTube channel, to share myself more freely, to express myself, to embody what I do in private anyway, and have wanted to do in public for a long, long time, but never really given myself the permission to do so. My hopes is that the younger version of me is also knowing that I've made this decision, and also that if you're listening to this, you can take the step to give yourself permission to do the thing that you've always wanted to do, or to change the thing that you don't like, or to take back control of the life you actually want to have. See ya.